Hi y'all. In this video I just wanted to explain to you what exactly the file that I gave you is and how it works. So in this file it should look exactly like this when you first give it, and it's got the information for single people for 2010. It includes the lower end of the bracket amounts over here and the upper end over here. And I'll point out you may want to look in the individual cells and see what's there. Here are just some values, but you'll note if you scroll over here, those are references to the corresponding values over here because the upper end of the 10% bracket corresponds to the upper end of the 15% bracket. So some of this is just information. These exemption amounts and standard deductions, I just typed that information in. When you have the file done and you want to evaluate the taxes for an individual, you're going to put in the gross income adjustments, itemized deductions, number of exemptions and credits for that person. Now, what I really need to explain to you is how this stuff in gray over here works. And what it does is it takes any number in this taxable income, so let's say it was $50,000, and it appropriately determines the tentative tax by bracket for that income level. So for instance, if you earn $50,000 rather, in the 10% bracket, you're going to owe a total of $837.50 in tax from the 10%, plus this amount for the 15%, plus this amount for the 25%. The total tentative tax, you would just add those up. The tax owed, remember, is the tentative tax minus the credits. What you need to do for this assignment first is to figure out a formula that goes in D2 here to determine the taxable income based on these amounts. You will likely need to review your notes to be able to do that. The tentative tax, however, it should just be the sum of these amounts over here. Now it's going to give me an error right now because it doesn't have a value for the taxable income, and as you see here there's no value in the taxable income. That gives me an error. But when the taxable income is there, that formula should give you the correct amount there. The tax owed, again, just the tentative tax minus the credit amount, and the credit amount will be located right here. So you should be able to come up with a formula for that. That's how this file works currently. Let me show you one more thing about the assignment you're given that you'll need to know. I'm going to move the recording just a little bit and I'll be right back. The other thing about this that I wanted to show you while you're here is how you can copy and paste this file over. There are several good ways to do this. Among them, you can click right here and that selects the entire page, or hit Control A. Then copy it. You can copy this again by hitting Control C. Then go over to a different sheet, and if you hit Control V or otherwise paste this information, everything that was there will be pasted. For the married filing joint, I'll rename this MFJ, and you'll need to change some values. For instance, the upper end of the 10% bracket should be $16,750 and so forth. You need to change all of these values. So those right there would need to get changed. These right there, well, not the exemption amount, but the standard deduction needs to get changed. And nothing else on the page will. This is one of the points of this assignment is to show you exactly what changes between the filing statuses. You might want to change this name right here to MFJ. But those are the only values that really are going to change here. Now, if I want to copy this single over again for head of household, let me show you another way to do this. If you are down here and you right-click, you're given several options here. Among them, rename, which we already used. I now want to use the mover copy, and I want to create a copy of the single and rename it HOH, and that's my new tab, and I could change these values for head of household. For instance, the upper end of the first bracket is 11,950, and you would need to change all of these here along with this here for head of household. Doing those, all of the formulas over here are still going to be correct, and if you did it right for single, these formulas up here will also be correct. Hope this helps.